This is the new 2024 Sydney Rail Network map, and there's been many changes, and in this video today we'll be covering all of the changes that have been made. Firstly, one of the major changes is the new Southwest Bus Link, which will be a new bus link service that will operate between Sydenham and Bankstown, replacing the former T3 Bankstown line. There will be three types of routes that I'll be explaining more thoroughly later in this video. The two official maps that were shown off to the public are the ones that I'll be talking about in this video, first starting off with the main Sydney Trains network map. This here is the official Sydney Trains map for 2024 released by Joe Halen the other day, and here are all the routes that will be on there. Notice the new M1 line and the T6 lines. Now, since the map is portrait, I cannot fit it entirely on a landscape screen, so what I'll be doing is I'll be showing the northern half and then the southern half of the map. Firstly, starting off with the northern half. The first thing to notice is that they've added the Sydney Metro West line to the map as under construction, the same as what it used to be for the map down to the city on the Sydney Metro City and South West line. The stops consist of Hunter Street, Pyrmont, The Bays, Five Dock, Burwood North, North Strathfield, Olympic Park, Parramatta and Westmead. One thing I'm not a fan of is the new City Circle, as I just feel that it's very cluttered with the new Sydney Metro City line and also the West Line construction, as I definitely believe that Martin Place and Gadigal are crammed in together and it feels that you can barely even read the names from a distance. Even the prototype map does a better job than this, excluding the fact that they somehow missed out on St James Station. Now moving on to the southern end of the map where there's some more action. Firstly, you can notice a brand new train line known as the T6 Bankstown Shuttle Line, or what Sydney Trains call it, the T6 Lidcombe and Bankstown Line. Don't know if I really like that name. Personally, I believe that they should have called it the T6 Bankstown Shuttle Line, as it just makes more sense for it being a shorter line. Next we move on to the new T3 line, which will now go through the inner west, stopping at the same stations located on the T2 line. In my opinion, I believe that either the T3 or the T2 line should have had limited stops, meaning that only one line would stop at each station along the inner west line, except for the major stations. Although this hasn't happened, and the T3 line will continue to run through the city circle, immediately getting rid of any doubts of people wondering if the T3 line will no longer run on the city circle. The T3 line will no longer terminate at Lidcombe, but will rather continue down to Liverpool. I presume that there will be an all stops and limited stop service, as also on the T8 line for example. As everyone knows, the T3 line used to be known as the T3 Bankstown line, but will now be known as the T3 Inner West and Liverpool line. It's an okay name, but I do feel like some people may get confused with the T2 Inner West line, as now the T3 has Inner West in its line name. Now moving on to the Southwest Link bus service, which is very similar to what was the station link running on the Epping to Chatswood rail link when the metro conversion was happening there. This will be a bus link that will connect passengers between Sydenham and Bankstown, and although there is no line roundel, for the sake of this video I've made one myself to show. The Southwest Link bus service was just announced a few days ago by the government and will launch when the Bankstown line shuts. Every single day for about a year there will be three different types of services on the Southwest Link, with the SW1, SW2 and SW3. The SW1 stops all stations to Sydenham, stopping at
Bankstown, Punchbowl, Wiley Park, Lakemba, Belmore, Campsie, Canterbury, Hurlston Park, Dulwich Hill, Marrickville and Sydenham.
Thank you, Taylor Owens. These services will run every 2 to 4 minutes during peak periods, and at least every 10 minutes across most of the day, and at least every 15 minutes late at night. Now moving on to the limited stops SW2 line, stopping at
Bankstown, Punchbowl, Wiley Park, Lakemba, Belmore and Sydenham.
Followed by SW3, the third and final route, stopping at
Campsie, Canterbury and Sydenham.
We now move on to some of the more minor changes on the map, including how from now on, T8 services stopping via Sydenham no longer show on the map going via Tempe, even though they don't stop at Tempe. Instead, they head straight down to Torella, almost giving the illusion that you might think that there's a completely different train line that branches off to Torella without going past Tempe. I really don't like this idea and feel that they should still have the line going alongside Tempe, just in case there are some instances where the trains can stop at Tempe, as this has happened before. As you can see, they've only ever so slightly changed the font of all the stations on this screen from the original New Frank font, which you can see just here on the screen. Overall, I give this new map change about a 7.5 out of 10. Some things that I would improve would be stuff like improving the colour of the T6 Bankstown shuttle line, as I feel it's a little bit too brown and could go with a lighter brown colour. Also, I do believe that the line should not be referred to as the Lidcombe and Bankstown line, but rather the Bankstown shuttle line. As you can see here, there are always these kind of line names at the end terminus stations of lines. I feel like they should add this as a smaller version to the Southwest Link bus shuttle service, as passengers may get confused how when they turn up at, for example, Liverpool, there is only limited stop service, as some others stop all stations. Another option similar to this is on the main train lines. There could be an option to have a kind of scattered line on the actual line colour, as it would then show a limited stop service goes through that area, so passengers are aware that some stations may not be on your service. Anyways, that pretty much sums up this video on the new Sydney Trains maps. Let me know what you think about the new maps in the description below, and if you think there should be any improvements, and also to give it a rating out of 10, as I'd love to see your opinions and see how they compare to mine. In my opinion, I do believe, obviously, that it is a 7.5 out of 10. I do think that the past Sydney Trains map is probably slightly worse now that I compare it to this one. There are some pros and cons to both maps. For example, I like the idea of the original font on the old Sydney Trains map compared to this new one, but that is, of course, just my opinion. Anyways, everyone, make sure you leave your opinions in the comments below, and let me know if you like these style of videos where I cover certain things without any proper recording videos in real life, as I'm thinking of doing more videos like this in the future. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you check out my recent video on Sydney versus Melbourne's public transport, where I have a go at deciding whether Sydney or Melbourne has better public transport. You can find that video in the top right of the screen right now, and make sure you watch it, as it is a very good video and I've worked very hard on it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and even becoming a member of the channel for as little as $1 a month. Make sure you have notifications turned on for my YouTube channel, so you can receive updates about all my brand new videos that go out once, probably every week or so, but I am looking to making it twice a week soon in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye for now.